Hi, welcome to CoronaDiary Entry number 3. I'm recording this on Tuesday morning, the 24th of March. And the reason I say the date specifically today is the last night's announcement from the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is that basically we're in a lockdown. Although those words weren't used, that's essentially what he announced last night, which means that there's only very limited reasons why you're allowed to leave your house, your home. That's not particularly surprising. It's certainly not unexpected. I think we all knew that was coming eventually, and I think a lot of people probably said that should have happened before now. But that's a debate that we'll never really know the answer to, I suppose, until all this is over. But what is interesting is that it's meant the actual formal closure of any non-essential shops, retailers that so far had carried on regardless are now actually being told to close. There was a huge surge of people going to McDonald's yesterday because that closed, and there was a bit of uproar actually over the queues that were forming around McDonald's. But to be honest, when was the last time this country had no McDonald's open at all? I mean, I don't know how long ago the first one ever opened, but I would imagine it's been a number of decades since there was no McDonald's open in the UK. So I can understand it. But obviously, that's the crazy times we're living in now. Just before I kind of go on any further, I just wanted to thank everybody for the love that you've shown over the last couple of days where I've been uploading these. Didn't really expect anyone to watch, to be honest, but not only that, some of the messages I've had have been really, really lovely. So I do appreciate that. It's lovely to read. It is very nice. One of the messages, or one of the themes of the messages that I've had, is relating to my concern with not being able to get my hair cut. And this is crazy long at the moment. I can't stand it. And a few of you have suggested that I get my head shaved. And I've had a think, and I've decided that that is absolutely not going to happen because I do not suit a shaved head. I've got a very, very much receding hairline, which I'm not particularly happy with, as you can see. But one thing I'm not going to do is hurry that process up, because I am a little bit scared that if I shave my head, it won't come back. So that won't be happening. So unfortunately, it's going to have to go the other way and become very, very long. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yes, thank you for the suggestion, but it's not going to happen. Another thing that's probably not going to happen, which is an epic link that I didn't even plan. Crime. I was in a shop yesterday. I was in the Lidl, actually, just around the corner from me, and there was a security guard on the door, and a customer was talking to him from a safe distance, and was saying, "Have you had any shoplifters recently? Because obviously there's not really been anything to buy. The shelves have been empty, so there's certainly nothing to steal." And the guy said it's the longest he's ever been in his entire career in security without apprehending somebody, without stopping somebody. There is literally nobody shoplifting. And I'm sure that's not the case all over the country, but it did make me think this has got to be the worst time for criminals, because they're going to be questioned if they're out in the street. They are going to be going into shops where there are more workers, there are more security staff than there's ever been, and there's less stuff available to be moved on in places like pubs because they're shut, in the street because there's far fewer people now, so much harder to be discreet. So I imagine crime in that respect has gone down dramatically, which is just odd, isn't it? It's a funny old world. One of the announcements anyway from Boris last night is that we're only allowed out of the house for a few reasons, and one of those reasons is that we can go out once a day for exercise. I was talking to a friend last night about this, and I don't really know how this is going to be policed, because maybe that's what the police are doing now. Instead of fighting crime and arresting robbers and burglars, maybe this is what they're doing. But how do they know if this is my one time of going out of the house for exercise? How would they possibly know that that's not the third time I've been out for a walk? Because you can get fined if you're breaking these rules. Are they going to post a policeman on the corner of my street where those kids aren't anymore? Maybe. It's bizarre, isn't it? It's really bizarre. So, anyway, I've decided to go out once this morning for a walk, like this. And then I'm considering putting my glasses on for the second time. It worked for Superman, so I don't see why it wouldn't work for me. And then maybe the third time, I'll wear a moustache, glasses, sort of hat combo. Yeah, so catch me if you can. The other thing is we're not supposed to leave the house for a number of reasons. I'm actually wondering whether technically I should be leaving the house to put the bins out, because I live in a flat and the bins are a short walk away from the door, but technically that's leaving the flat. So what I'm going to do instead, so this great idea last night, is I don't even need to leave the flat to take the bins out. I can just throw it out the window, like 17th century London. Just pour it into the street. That's me doing my bit. You are welcome. I will speak at you tomorrow.